In this film, we'll look at the many animals seen during 6 game drives in Kanha National Park, one of the tiger reserves of India. Visitors take the 3 to 4 hour game drives in the morning and afternoon. Small vehicles named Gypsy are used. They hold 6 passengers, 1 guide, and 1 driver. It's a tight fit if there are 6 passengers on board. The Barasingha, or southern swamp deer, is found exclusively in Kanha National Park. There are tens of thousands of spotted deer in the park, as well as the larger sambar deer. The gaur, or Indian bison, is among the largest species of wild cattle, weighing in at up to 2,200 pounds or 1,000 kilograms and standing up to 6 foot 3 inches or 2.2 meters at the shoulder. The cute spotted owlet is a small owl which frequently roosts in the hollows of trees. The colorful common kingfisher is a beautiful bird that feeds mainly on fish caught by diving. The beautiful ghost tree or kulu exudes gum when the bark is damaged, which is used by the pharmaceutical industry as a laxative and a tablet binder. The black buck is an antelope. The males sport a beautiful pair of horns. When predators threaten, black bucks can run at speeds up to 50 miles per hour or 80 kilometers per hour. According to mythological texts, black bucks were employed pulling the chariots of Chandra, the Hindu moon god. The beautiful peacock is India's national bird. The barking deer, or muntjac, is a small deer about the size of a sheep whose call sounds surprisingly like a dog barking. On a distant tree, we espied a hawk eagle that was apparently sleeping with one eye open. We came upon a pack of golden jackals, which despite its name, golden jackal, it's not closely related to the African jackal. Rather, it's closer to the wolf and coyote. The golden jackal's omnivorous diet consists of rodents, reptiles, and fruit. As well, the jackal scavenges off the kills made by tigers, leopards, and gray wolves. However, they do not peacefully coexist with the gray wolf and hyenas. The grey langur is a monkey that is sacred in Hinduism. It usually lives in bands of 20 to 30 and spends a good deal of the time on the ground, although it roams at will in the villages and temples of India, raiding crops and the stores of merchants. There are a large number of wide open spaces in Kanha, many of which are due to past farming activity, which has now been ended as villages and people were evicted to allow for the creation of the tiger reserve. Due to rampant hunting, habitat loss, and diseases, the number of Barasingha declined to only 66 in 1967, bringing it to the verge of extinction. However, subsequent conservation work increased their population to 800 in 2020. The Barasingha is the state animal of Madhya Pradesh, so its extinction would be embarrassing. The Barasingha are called swamp deer as they are grazers that feed in part on aquatic plants. It was the mating season for many species, so there was action in Kanha. The sambar deer is the largest species of deer in India and a favorite food of the tiger. The hawk eagle was difficult to see on the tree as it stood stock still. The large termite mounds look like buildings from a science fiction story. Termites are important for the forest as they break down dead wood, but they do not usually eat live trees. As we left the hotel at 5:30 for the morning game drive, which would last till 11, there was a breakfast stop during the game drive. My hotel prepared an impressive breakfast for the game drive. For those without a prepared meal, at the breakfast site there were vendors who sold hot breakfasts and drinks. Unfortunately, there were no preferred pronouns at breakfast. The Indian boar is a subspecies of wild boar native to India and other Asian countries. It has a striking dorsal crest formed of long erectile bristles. Boars live in family groups and are hunted by both leopards and tigers. Later in Bandhugar, we saw a leopard attack a boar. As our afternoon game drive was winding down, we came upon a beautiful Indian leopard rapidly crossing the track and disappearing into the jungle growth. The leopard is elusive, solitary, and largely nocturnal, hence generally harder to see than a tiger. As well, Indian leopards are not common in habitats where tiger density is high. As we'd have to exit the park soon, it seemed unlikely that we'd see a tiger. Available traces of tigers include claw marks on trees, pug marks, and alarm calls by deer and monkeys. Lo and behold, on our way to the exit, we came upon a female tiger resting alongside the track. She was nonplussed by our presence and yawned repetitively, which showed off her impressive teeth. In Kanha, the Bengal tiger is at the apex of the food chain. Adult males weigh up to 500 pounds or 230 kilograms with a length of up to 10 feet or 3 meters, whilst female adults weigh up to 350 pounds or 160 kilograms with a length up to 8 feet or 2.7 meters. With one final yawn, the tiger sprung up and disappeared into the dense jungle growth. Until the early 19th century, the Bengal tiger's historical range covered almost all of India. During the British Raj, tiger hunting was not only the favorite pastime for British officers, but also a matter of pride. It was considered a sign of bravery and courage to participate, and it was regarded as a royal sport, with the Indian Maharajas and Sardars accompanying the British in this cruel activity. As a result of hunting, from the 1800s to 1973, the tiger population in India dropped from about 70,000 to 300. Fortunately, conservation efforts since then have allowed the population to climb back to about 3,200 individuals. Historically, domestic elephants were used as a safe platform to hunt tigers from, whilst today domestic elephants are used by forest rangers for anti-tiger poacher patrols. Elephants are frequently chained up while not out on patrol. It was unpleasant to see and hear the young elephant running back to its mother, noisily dragging its chain. Seeing the ranger out on an elephant patrol was like seeing a page of history coming alive. The game drives in Kanha proved to be a very rewarding experience as a wide variety of the fascinating Indian fauna was viewable. If you enjoyed this film, please subscribe and like. There are many more similar films available on my channel.